Welcome to Prophets of Babel with your host Janine. We are finishing the Fourth Sefer of Moses today with the Law of Moses, the Judgments of Moses. Thank you for joining me. The Law of Moses, chapter 43, the judgments of the clean and the unclean. And it came to pass that Moses passed judgment on Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. Nevertheless, ye shall not eat the camel, because he is a servant unto thee, and bears thy burdens. Thus ye shall not eat of it. And the swine is unclean to you, for in his meat is sickness and death. Therefore, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. Ye shall not eat the eagle, nor the perez, nor the rachama, nor the vulture, nor the daw after his kind, nor raven after his kind, nor the owl, not the nighthawk, nor the cuckoo, nor the little owl, nor the cormorant, and the great owl, nor the stork, nor the heron after her kind, and the ducapath, nor the bat ye shall not eat. And these ye shall not eat, for these are scavengers, and eat that which would plague thee. Thus ye shall keep them alive. And these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet, to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after. And if ye shall eat of that which is unclean, ye shall be unclean, and shall quarantine for 30 days. But whosoever toucheth the carcass of them shall be unclean until the evening, but shall cover the mouth, that Israel may know they are unclean. And whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash their clothes, and be unclean until the evening. The carcasses of every beast ye shall deplore, and they that beareth the carcass of the beast shall wash their clothes and be unclean for 3 days, even until the even. They are unclean unto you. And upon whatsoever anything doth fall, when they are dead, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel or wood or remnant or skin or sack or earthen vessel, whatsoever vessel it be wherein any work is done. And the vessel must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the evening, so it shall be cleansed. So I've just started to get an idea that things could still be living. And even though things have been formed into something else, they're still made out of that earthly substance. So the fact that the vessel shall be unclean until the evening tends to that concept, an idea. All meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh, shall be unclean. And all drink that may be drank in every vessel, such vessel shall be unclean. And everything upon any part of their carcass falleth shall be unclean, whether it be an oven or range. For pot they shall be broken down, for they are unclean, and shall be unclean unto you. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of flowing water shall be clean, but that which toucheth their carcasses shall be unclean. And if any part of their carcasses falls upon any sowing seed which is to be sown, it shall be clean. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of their carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean unto you. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, they that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the evening. And this shall be the Torah of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to keep the unclean from the clean, that Israel should avoid the plagues of Ha Elohim. Chapter 44, the judgments on servants, masters, and marriages. And it came to pass that Moses passed judgment on Israel, saying, if thou buy a Hebrew servant, for Israel shall have no slaves. Yahweh hath not freed us to put our kin into bondage. Oh, that was their belief. 6 years shall they serve you, and in the seventh they shall go out free for nothing. And if they come in by themselves, then they shall go out by themselves. And if they be married, then the spouse of them shall go out with them. If the Lord hath given them a spouse, and these have borne sons and daughters, then they and all their children shall go out together. If the servant shall say plainly, I love my master, my spouse, and our children, we shall not go out free, then the master shall bring them unto the judges, and the judges shall set their wages, that they be fair and generous, and they shall serve their Lord for so long as their wages be met. And if a man shall sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servants do, that she not be forced to prostitute herself. And if she please not her master, who hath promised to keep her to himself, then shall he let her be given to another. But ye shall not sell her into a strange nation. No one shall have power to do this, seeing they have dealt deceitfully with her, that she not be cast out of the covenant. And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of his daughters. And if a man should take her unto himself to wife, and he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not be diminished. And if she refuseth these three unto her, then shall she go out free with a dowry. If a man entice a young woman that is not betrothed and lie with her, but doth not force himself upon her, then he shall surely endow her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuseth to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. If a man taketh a wife, thou shalt take such a one as thou lovest, and who loveth thee, and whom thou mayest lawfully marry, and thou shalt go before the high priest or the chief elder where thou dwellest, or the priest, and by him shall ye be joined in marriage, and these may be one in life, and in life everlasting, and that the fruit of thy loins might be with thee everlasting, and ye shall be united, and ye shall give one another thy honor. If the wife of any man should go aside and commit a trespass against him, and a man lie with her carnally, and it be hid from the eyes of her husband, and be kept close, and she be defiled, and there be no witnesses against her, neither she be taken with the manner, and the spirit of jealousy cometh upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be with child, or if the spirit of jealousy cometh upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be not with child, then shall the man bring his wife unto the priest, and he shall bring her offering for her a part of barley meal, and the priest shall pour no oil upon it, nor put frankincense thereon, for it is an offering of jealousy, an offering of memorial, bringing iniquity to remembrance. And the priest shall bring her unto the priestess, and set the wife before Yahweh. And the priestess shall take holy water in an earthen vessel, and of the dust that is in the floor of the tabernacle, the priestess shall take and put it into the water, and The priestess shall set the wife before Yahweh and put the offering of memorial in her hands, which is the jealousy offering. And the priestess shall have in her hand the bitter water that causeth the curse. And the priestess shall charge her by an oath, and say unto the wife, if no man have lain with thee, and if thou hast not gone aside to uncleanness with another instead of thy husband, be thou free from this bitter water that causeth the curse. But if thou hast gone aside to another instead of thy husband, and if thou be defiled, and some man hath lain with thee beside thine husband, Yahweh make thee a curse and an oath among thy people, when Yahweh doth make thy thigh to rot and thy belly to swell, and this water that causeth the curse shall go into thy bowels to make thy belly to swell and thy thigh to rot. And the wife shall say, so mote it be. Amen. And the priestess shall write these curses in a book, and she shall cause the woman to drink the bitter water that causeth the curse, and the water that causeth the curse shall come into her and become bitter. Then the priest shall say, the jealousy offering, take the jealous. Then the priest shall take the jealousy offering out of the woman's hand, and shall wave the offering before Yahweh, and offer it upon the altar. And the priestess shall take a handful of the offering, even the memorial thereof, and burn it upon the altar, and afterward shall cause the woman to drink the water. And when the priestess hath made the wife to drink the water, then it shall come to pass that if she be defiled and have done trespass against her husband, that the water that causeth the curse, shall enter into her and become bitter, and her belly shall swell, and her thigh shall rot, and the woman shall be a curse among her people. And if the wife be not defiled, but be clean, then she shall be free, and shall conceive seed. And if another man has lain with her, then that man shall be found dead in his bed the next morning, and this shall be a sign unto you of his sin. This is the Torah of jealousies. When a wife goeth aside to another instead of her husband and is defiled, or when the spirit of jealousy cometh upon him, and he be jealous over his wife, and shall set the woman before Yahweh, and the priestess of Miriam shall execute upon her all this law. And if the curse shall not be found in the wife, and she be innocent, then the husband shall be guilty, and he shall offer up a sacrifice, a sin offering unto Yahweh by way of the priest, and he shall ask his wife for forgiveness for his trespass against her. Chapter 45, the judgments on death, murder, and other mischief. Thou shalt not suffer a murder to live. They that smiteth a man or a woman so that they die shall be surely put to death. And if one lie not in wait, but Ha Elohim deliver them into their hand, or if it was an accident, then the judge will appoint thee a place whither they shall flee. But if a man or a woman comes presumptuously upon their neighbor to slay them with guile, thou shalt take them away from mine altar, that they may die. And a man or a woman that smiteth their father or their mother shall be surely put to death. And a man or a woman that brings an evil curse upon their father or their mother, that they be taken early, shall surely be put to death. If a man or a woman should strive or hurt a woman with a child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, they shall be surely punished according of the woman will lay upon them, and they shall pay as the judges determine. But if any mischief follow, and the woman should die, then ye shall give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. So if they do an abortion and she lives and they wanted the abortion, then it's fine. If she didn't want the abortion, then it's a crime. If she dies, it's a crime. And a man or a woman that stealeth another and selleth them into slavery, or if they be found in their hand, they shall surely be put to death. And if any should strive together, and one smite another with a stone or with their fist, and they die not, but keepeth their bed, if they rise again and walk abroad upon their staff, then shall they that smote them be quit. Only they shall pay for the loss of their time, and shall cause them to be thoroughly healed. And if a man or a woman should smite their servant or their maid with a rod, and they die under their hand, they shall surely be put to death. Notwithstanding, if they continue a day or two and recover, they should not be put to death, for they are the servant, but their wages shall be paid, as though they were fit in their duties. And if a man or a woman smite the eye of their servant or the eye of their maid, that it perish, they shall let them go free with their wages for the sake of the eye. And if a man or woman smite out their servant's tooth, they shall let them go free with their wages for the tooth's sake. If any ox gore a man or a woman that they die, then the ox shall be surely stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall not be accountable. But if the ox were wont to push with his horn in times past, and it hath been testified to the owner of it, and they have not kept the ox in, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and the owner also shall be put to death. So take care of your animals and keep them fenced in. If there be laid on the owner of the ox a sum of money, then they shall give for the ransom of their life whatsoever is laid upon them. So they can buy their life back. Whether the ox gored a son or have gored a daughter, according to this judgment shall it be done. And if a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit and not cover it, and an ox or an ass fall therein, then the owner of the pit shall make it good and give money unto the owner of them, and the dead beast shall be theirs. And if any ox hurt another ox, that he die, then shall they sell the live ox and divide the money of it, and the dead ox also they shall divide. Or if it be known that the ox hath used to push in time past, and his owner hath not kept him in, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. If a man or a woman shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, they shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep. If fire should break out and catch in thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therein, they that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. Chapter 46, the judgments on theft. If a thief be found breaking in and be smitten, that they die, there shall no blood be shed for them. If the sun be risen upon them, there shall be blood shed for them, for they should make full restitution. If they have nothing, then they shall be sold for their theft. If the theft be certainly found in their hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, then they shall restore double. If a man or a woman shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in their beast, and shall feed in the field of another, of the beast of their own field, and of the best of their own vineyard, shall they make restitution. If a man or a woman shall deliver unto their neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the house of them, if the thief be found, let the thief pay double. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether they have put their hand into the goods of their neighbor. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing which another challengeth to be theirs, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, they shall pay double unto their neighbor. If a man or a woman deliver unto their neighbor an ass, or an ox, or a sheep, or any beast to keep, and it die, or be hurt, or be driven away, no man seen, then shall an oath of Yahweh be between them both, that they hath not put their hand unto the good of their neighbor, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and they shall not make it good. And if it be stolen from them, they shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. If it be torn to pieces, then let them bring it for witness, and they shall not make good that which was torn. And if a man or a woman shall borrow anything of their neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof be not with it, they shall surely make it good. But if the owner make thereof be good with it, they shall not make it good. If it be a hired thing, it came for his hire. When a man or a woman shall commit any sin that they might commit, thy trespass against Yahweh, and that person be guilty, then shall they confess their sin which they have done, and they shall recompense their trespass with the principal thereof, and add unto the fifth part thereof, and give it unto them against whom they have trespassed. But if they who were trespassed against have no kinsman to recompense the trespass unto, let the trespass be recompensed unto Yahweh, even to the priestess their recompense, to place it beside the ram of the atonement made by the priest, whereby an atonement shall be made for them. And every offering of all the holy things of Israel, which they bring unto the priestess, shall be hers. And every hallowed thing whatsoever anyone giveth the priestess, it shall be hers. Chapter 47, the judgment of the plague of Sara'at. Verse 1. If anyone should have in their skin or of their flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it be in the skin of their flesh like the plague of Sarat, an unknown illness commonly mistranslated as leprosy, those with this illness were required to cover their faces and go into quarantine. This disease appears to be of divine origins, a curse from God. They shall be brought unto the priest or the priestess. When the plague is in a man, then shall he be brought unto the priest. And when the plague is in a woman, then shall she be brought unto the priestess. And the priest or priestess shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh. And when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of their flesh, it is a plague of Zaret. And the priest and priestess shall look on them and pronounce them unclean. If the bright spot be white in the skin of their flesh, and in sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest or priestess shall shut them in quarantine. Thy that hath the plague 7 days, quarantine 7 days. And the priest or priestess shall look on them the seventh day, and behold, if the plague in their sight be at a stay, and the plague hath spread not in the skin, then the priest or priestess shall shut them up 7 days more. And the priest or priestess shall look on them again the seventh day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest or priestess shall pronounce them clean. It is but a rash or a scab or a boil, and they shall wash their clothes and be clean. But if the rash spread much abroad in the skin after they have seen the priest or priestess for their cleansing, they shall be seen by the priest or priestess again. And if the priest or priestess see that, behold, the scab spreadeth to the skin, then the priest or priestess shall pronounce them unclean. It is Zarat. Zaraat. When the plague of Zaraat is in someone, then they shall be brought into the high priest or high priestess, and the high priest or high priestess shall see them, and behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and it have turned the hair white, and there be quick raw flesh in the rising, it is a chronic disease in the skin of their flesh. And the high priest or high priestess shall pronounce them unclean and shall not shut them up, for they are unclean. And if a Zaraat break out abroad in the skin, and the Zaraat cover all the skin of they that have the plague, from their head even to their toe, wheresoever the high priest or high priestess looketh, then shall the high priest or high priestess shall consider, and behold, if the Zaraat have covered all their flesh, they shall pronounce them clean that hath the plague. It is all turned white, they are clean. But when raw flesh appear in them, they shall be unclean. And if the priest or priestess shall see the raw flesh and pronounce them to be unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean, it is Zaraat's. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed unto white, they shall come unto the priest or priestess. And the priest or priestess shall see them, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest or priestess shall pronounce them clean that hath the plague, they are clean. The flesh also in which even in the skin thereof was a boil and is healed, and in the place of the boil there be a white rising or a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish, and it be showed to the priest or priestess. And if when the priest or priestess seeth it, behold, it be in sight lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turning white, the priest shall pronounce them unclean. It is a plague of Zaraat, broken out from the boil. But if the priest or priestess look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and it be not lower than the skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest or priestess shall shut them up 7 days. And if it spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest or priestess shall pronounce them unclean. It is a plague. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest or priestess shall see the plague. And behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest or priestess shall pronounce them unclean. It is an outbreak, even Zaraat, upon the head or beard. And if the priest or priestess look on the plague, and behold, it be not in sight deeper than the skin, and there is no black hair in it, then the priest or priestess shall shut them up that hath the plague 7 days. And in the 7th day, the priest or priestess shall look on the plague, and behold, if the outbreak spread not, and there be in it no yellow hair, and the outbreak be not in sight deeper than the skin, then they shall be shaven. But the outbreak shall they not shave, and the priest or priestess shall shut them up that hath the outbreak 7 days more. And in the 7th day, the priest or priestess shall look on the outbreak, and behold, if the outbreak be not spread in the skin, nor be in sight deeper than the skin, then the priest or priestess shall pronounce them clean, and they shall wash their clothes and be clean. But if the outbreak spread much in the skin after their cleansing, then the priest or priestess shall look on them, and behold, if the outbreak be spread in the skin, the priest or the priestess shall not seek for yellow hairs, they are unclean. But if the outbreak be in their sight at a stay, and that there is black hair grown up therein, the outbreak is healed, they are clean, and the priest or priestess shall pronounce them clean. If a man or a woman have in the skin of their flesh bright spots, even white bright spots, then the priest or priestess shall look, and behold, if the bright spots in the skin of their flesh be darkish white, it is a freckled spot that groweth in the skin, they are clean. And the man whose hair is fallen off his head, he is bald, yet he is clean. And he that hath his hair fallen off from the part of his head toward his face, he is forehead bald, yet he is clean. And if there be in the bald head or bald forehead a white reddish sore, it is Zaraat, sprung up in his bald head or his bald forehead, then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the rising of the sword be white, reddish in his bald head or in his bald forehead, as the Zaraat appeareth in the skin of the flesh, he or she is unclean. The priest shall pronounce them utterly unclean. Their plague is in their head. And the Zaraat in whom the plague is, their clothes shall be rent and their head bare, and they shall put a covering upon their mouth and shall cry, unclean, unclean. All the days wherein the plague shall be in them, they shall be defiled. They are unclean. They shall dwell alone without the camp, shall their habitation be. The garment also that the plague of Zaraat is in, whether it be woolen garment or linen garment, whether it be in the warp or woof of linen or of woolen, whether in a skin or in anything made of skin, and if the plague be greenish or reddish in the garment or in the skin, either in the warp or in the woof or in anything of skin, it is a plague of Zaraat, and shall be showed unto the priest or priestess. And the priest or priestess shall look upon the plague and shut up it that hath the plague 7 days. And they shall look on the plague on the 7th day, and if the plague be spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in a skin, or in any work that is made of skin, the plague is a fretting Zaraat, it is unclean. They're talking about plagues that live in the garments. Then shall therefore burn the garment, wherefore, whether warp or raff, in woolen or in linen, or anything of skin, therein the plague is, for it is a fretting Zaraat, it shall be burnt in the fire. And if the priest or priestess shall look and behold the plague be not spread in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in anything of skin, then the priest or priestess shall command that they wash the thing wherein the plague is, and they shall be shut up 7 days more. It says warp means threads that run lengthwise, and woof is threads that run across. And the priest or priestess shall look on the plague after that it is washed, and behold, if the plague has not changed its color, and the plague be not spread, it is unclean. Thou shalt burn it in the fire. It is fret inward, whether it be bare within or without. And if the priest or priestess look and behold the plague be somewhat dark after the washing of it, then they shall rend it out of the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof. And if it appears still in the garment, either in the warp or in the woof, or in anything of the skin, it is a spreading plague. Thou shalt burn that wherein the plague is with fire. And the garment, either warp or woof, or whatsoever thing of skin it be, which thou shalt wash, if the plague be departed from them, then it shall be washed, and the second time, and shall be clean. This is the Torah of the plague of Zaraat in a garment of woolen or linen, either in the warp or the woof, or anything of skins, to pronounce it cleaner, to pronounce it unclean. These are the instructions and the judgments which Yahweh commanded by the hand of Moses unto Israel. I kind of like that they have put this in the book, because I just was reading the end of the Nemenha or Mentana archives, whatever you want to call it. And it's during the time when they're getting the plagues of the white men, or of the foreign people who come in to take over this takes place on the American continent, the northern continent, and the foreign people have come, and what we would call the Native Americans plagues are going up the rivers and just wiping out the people. They say a third of them are gone, died right away. Anyways, people just pick up and leave, and just leave. They pretty much don't take anything with them. This is a way to say whether you can take something with you or not, whether it has sickness in it or not. Chapter 48, the restoration of the Zara'at. This shall be the Torah of Zara'at in the day of their cleansing. The men shall be brought unto the priest, and the women shall be brought to the priestess. And the priest or the priestess shall go forth out of the camp, and the priest or the priestess shall look, and behold, if the plague of Zara'at be healed in them, then shall the priest or priestess command them to take 2 birds alive and clean, and cedar wood, and scarlet, and hyssop. And the priest or priestess shall command that one of the birds be killed in an earthen vessel over running water. As for the living bird, they shall take it, and the cedar wood, and the scarlet, and the hyssop, and they shall dip them and the living bird in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water. And they shall sprinkle upon them that are to be cleansed from Zara'at 7 times, and shall pronounce them clean, and shall let the living bird loose into the open field. And they that are to be cleansed shall wash their clothes and shave off all their hair and wash themselves in water, that they may be clean. And after that, they shall come into the camp and shall tarry abroad out of their tent in quarantine for 7 days. And it shall come to pass that on the 7th day that they shall shave all their hair of their head and their beard, if it be a man, and their eyebrows, even all their hair, they shall shave off, and they shall wash their clothes. Also, they shall wash their flesh in water, and they shall be clean. And on the 8th day, they shall take 2 he-lambs without blemish, and 1 ewe lamb of the first year without blemish, and 3 parts of fine flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, and 1 log of oil. And the priest shall present them that is to be made clean, and those things before Yahweh at the door of the tabernacle of congregation. And the priest shall take 1 he-lamb and offer him for a trespass offering and the log of oil, and wave them for a wave offering before Yahweh. And the priest shall slay the lamb in the place where he shall kill the sin offering and the burnt offering in the holy place, for as the sin offering is most holy. And the priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering, and the priest shall put it upon the tip of the right ear of them that are to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot. And the priest shall take some of the log of oil and pour it into the palm of his own left hand, and the priest shall dip his right finger in the oil that is in his left hand, and shall sprinkle of the oil with his finger in the oil, with his finger 7 times before Yahweh. And of the rest of the oil that is in his hand shall the priest put upon the tip of the right ear of they that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of the right foot, upon the blood of the trespass offering. And the remnant of the oil that is in the hand of the priest he shall pour upon the head of they that are to be cleansed, and the priest shall make an atonement for them before Yahweh. And the priest shall offer the sin offering and make an atonement for them that are to be cleansed from their uncleanness, and afterwards he shall kill the burnt offering, and the priest shall offer the burnt offering and the meat offering upon the altars, and the priest shall make an atonement for them, and they shall be clean. And if they be poor and cannot get so much, then they shall take 1 lamb for a trespass offering to be waved, to make an atonement for them, and 1/10 part of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, and a log of oil, and 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, such as they are able to get. And the one shall be a sin offering, and the other an offering. And they shall bring them on the 8th day for their cleansing unto the priest, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before Yahweh. And the priest shall take the lamb of the trespass offering and the log of oil, and the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before Yahweh. And the priest shall kill the lamb of the trespass offering, and the priest shall take some of the blood of the trespass offering and make it and put it upon the tip of the right ear of they that are to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of their right hand, and upon the great toe of their right foot. And the priest shall pour of the oil into the palm of his hand, and the priest shall sprinkle with his right finger some of the oil that is on his left hand 7 times before Yahweh. And the priest shall put up the oil that is in his hand upon the tip of the right ear of they who are to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of the right hand, and upon the great toe of the right foot, upon the place of the blood of the trespass offering. And the rest of the oil that is in the hand of the priest he shall put upon the head of they that are to be cleansed, to make the atonement for them before Yahweh. And the priest shall offer one of the turtle doves, or of the young pigeons, such as they can get, even such as they are able to get, one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering with the meat offering. And the priest shall make an atonement before all that are to be cleansed before Yahweh. This is the Torah of they in whom is the plague of Zaraat, whose hand is not able to get that which pertaineth to their cleansing. It sounds like being sick is really expensive. Chapter 49. The restoration of the unclean. When one hath a running issue out of their flesh, because of any issue, they are unclean. And this shall be their uncleanness in their issue. Whether their flesh run with their issue, or their flesh be stopped from their issue, it is their uncleanness. Every bed whereon they lieth hath taken the issue is unclean, and everything whereon they sitteth shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth their bed shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And they that sitteth on anything whereon they sat that hath the issue shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And they that toucheth the flesh of them that hath the issue shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And if they that hath the issue spit upon them that are clean, then they shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And what saddle soever they rideth upon that hath the issue shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth anything that was under them shall be unclean until the evening. And they that beareth any of those things shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And whomsoever they do touch it that hath the issue and hath not rinsed their hands in water, they shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And the vessel of earth that they toucheth, which hath the issue, shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. And when they that have an issue be cleansed of their issue, then they shall number that to themselves 7 days for their cleansing, and wash their clothes and bathe their flesh in running water, and shall be clean. It says issue, someone who is sick or something that can make a person sick. So if you have a cold, And when they that have an issue is cleansed of their issue, then they shall number to themselves 7 days for their cleansing, and wash their clothes, and bathe their flesh in running water, and shall be clean. And on the 8th day they shall take to them 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, and come before Yahweh unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priest. And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering and the other for an offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for them before Yahweh for their issue. I don't know. I'm getting a whispering of the Spirit that this was a way to get people to keep coming to Yahweh personally, that it is a reminder that Yahweh heals us, that Yahweh cleanses us, that Yahweh makes us pure, and that we need to come to him regularly. In our day, we call this repentance, that we should be doing regularly. Some people do it daily. Some people do it when they think of it, when they're inspired. So that's the whisperings that's coming to me as I read. Thus shall ye separate Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, should they defile the tabernacle that is among them. This is the Torah of they with a running issue, that be clean and avoid the plagues of the Egyptians. So they're also trying to cleanse themselves from the plagues of the Egyptians so that they won't carry them with them into a new place. And I get that. And it's going to take a while to get those sicknesses out of their people. It teaches washing too. I don't remember if this kind of thing is in the Bible, but I'm just thinking of a history of the world when they finally realized washing their hands was important. Chapter 50, the restoration of Adam and Eve. And if the seed of a man shall go out of him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening. The woman also with whom man shall lie with the seed of copulation, they both shall bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And if a woman have an issue and her issue in her flesh be blood, then she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening. And everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean for the blood of it. And whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. And if it be on her bed or on anything whereon she sitteth, when they toucheth it, then they shall be unclean until the evening. And if any man lie with her at all, and her menstrual flow be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. Nowadays, just don't care, do we? And if a man have an issue of her blood, and if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanliness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth, and all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation, and whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean. As the uncleanness of a separation. And whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day She shall take her 2 turtle doves and 2 young pigeons and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for sin offering and the other for an offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for her before Yahweh for the issue of her uncleanness. This is the Torah of him whose seed goeth from him and is defiled wherewith, and of her that is menstruating, of the man and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean. That is the end of the fourth Sefer of Moses. Congratulations. I see medicine in here. I didn't know you needed to be a doctor to be a priest or a priestess. I see medicine, medical. I see good common sense. I see washing things are important. Thanks for being with me, your host Janine in Prophets of Babel.